Hi guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new, and I have a sunflower journal out to work on with you guys today, and we'll see. I'm kind of just opening it up. We'll see how far we get. Hopefully, I'm just planning for this to be like ruffles and trims and things like that, as you can see by the mess up here on my desk. I have a lot of mess on my desk, actually. I'm going to move this because this is... I need to do one of those what's on my desk videos. Yeah, that box right there that I just moved would be a perfect candidate for one of those videos. Just give myself a little more room here. Okay, so trims and things like that is what we're working on today. And I have my hot glue gun ready because I feel like this stuff will hold better with hot glue. And what I was planning on doing was I cut some of these already because I was testing something. So I went ahead and cut these, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do is go around the whole edge, and I want it to go just so this little scalloped, I don't know that it's called eyelet, but this little scalloped piece is sticking out the bottom around or all around the cover. So we're going to go ahead and put this down, and I'm going to go all the way around, and then I'm going to cover up. See how this is just kind of, this looks like it's supposed to be, I don't know, sewn between two pieces or something like that. It's kind of a, just a thin material. So that's the part we're going to use to glue it down, and then I'm going to glue something over that. Well, I think if I can get my glue gun to work. There it goes. And we know how fast this, like, let me get this one started. Right on the edge. Probably don't need as much as it went down there, but my glue gun, oh. You know how glue guns work, right? It slowly pushes the one, like if you put a new stick in here, it pushes it into the back. Well, it wasn't catching. I'm pulling the second stick in, so it's not moving the first stick. A thinner bead like that might be better. I just want to do it a little at a time so that A, the glue doesn't cool too fast and therefore doesn't catch, and B, so that I can make sure that I'm lining this up straight as I go. Okay, a little more here. And then right this little piece here. Okay. Oh, might have to trim. Let me put the glue gun down for just a second. Trim. I want it to tuck in, so I don't want to trim too much off. I want it to kind of tuck into the spine there, which means I may put an extra dollop right along here to keep it down. Right there. Oops. Nope, that was my finger. That didn't get it. It's funny, it takes it a second to get started. Okay, so that's that. Now we'll do the one at the top. I think it's easier to work at this end, so I'm going to turn this upside down and we're going to go this way. I'm going to start at this end, so hopefully I can get it folded into the spot where I want, because if it's too short here, see how it comes up? Can you see that? It comes up short at this end, but I'm going to have a piece that goes up there that'll cover that. So that's okay. So we'll go right along here again. I'm telling you guys, it takes it a second to get going. Okay. Oh, no, that's too high. Come on. Oh, man. I'm going to have to pull that up because that's the top, and I don't want the top to be crooked. Ooh, I got ambitious with that one. Now, you've been hearing me talk about how I want them all to be different. This, right now, I know I have 4 of these sunflower journals, and right now I have picked out 3 white trims like this. 3 different ones. So I know at least 3 of them will have different trim. I don't know. What might end up being different is this is going to have ribbon laid on here. So what might end up happening is I use this particular trim on 2 of them and put different ribbon over it. Or I pick a different one of the other ones and use it twice and put different ribbon with it. So we have that down. And now we're going to do this one. And then we're going to have to do this at the back too. So and the only thing I might end up having to do is because of this, I might end up having to do something about the tie. But it is fabric, so it's not like it... Okay. So, probably, I mean, we're going to see how far we get. Probably we will just do the one on film and then I will do the others off camera. But you get an idea of where the plan is going. And then, of course, at the very end, the flip through will be like, we'll go through all of them so you can see the differences and what kinds of things went into each one. But I mean, like I had made the comment in the one where I did, in one of the decorating ones, I made the comment, if you wanted to see me do that in all of the journals, then I would have to make, you know, probably a video per journal per stage. So I would have to make a, you know, pockets and tucks video for each individual journal. Excuse me. Okay, now I'm gonna close this so you can see. Can you see? Isn't that cute? I love the way that turned out. Okay, now we're gonna have to do it on the back cover, but first let's see about putting the ribbon down. I have a plan for some of that trim. We have ruffles tucked in here. We're gonna have all kinds of fun. I hope that didn't fall out of somewhere because I'm not gonna remember where I had it. Okay, this is the front too, right? Yeah. Okay, now the thought was, because this page has kind of a dark background, my thought was to put this black gingham ribbon on here. And I think that's really cute. So let me cut a piece. Ooh, I don't need that big piece. I was going to say, let me cut a piece longer than I need, and then I'll just trim it, but I don't need it to be that much longer than I need. I do want to trim this rough edge off of here. And then I'll line this up, and I'll cut it off a little longer than the end of the cover, hopefully, because I wasn't paying attention. And yeah, that's a little longer. And that's going to look really cute on there, guys. I mean, okay. So let's put it... I can feel it. Like underneath my finger, I can feel it solidifying. Like as it gets cold. Am I down? Look at me. I finally had myself up and centered, and then I went and moved the journal around, so then I was off camera again. Okay. We're going to put this down all the way to the end, and then I'll try and trim it. Actually, what I should do is... I don't know if it's the fabric or the glue all of a sudden. The glue shouldn't be changing color. But when it hits that fabric, it turns into a kind of a tea color. Might be because of the fabric being so old. Okay. All right, so let me trim right along there, and then we'll glue that spot down. I'm hoping that gluing it down keeps the ends from fraying. I suppose it would if... I suppose it will if the ends get in the glue. Ooh, and I might have put the glue outside the end of the ribbon there. Okay. There we go. All right, that's one edge down. See what I mean about how long this takes? I might not even do the back cover with you guys because we'll do the front cover and then we'll move on to do the like the ruffles and trims and things inside the book. And then trim this because it's covering up. And then we'll see where we stand as far as time goes. Okay. You know what I just thought about? The tea color might be because I turned the glue gun on earlier today. And it's been on for a while. So I don't know if the glue discolors if it gets, like, if it stays hot too long. Almost like it burns. I don't know if that's a thing. I'm trying all kinds of new, like, techniques, finishing and stuff like that in these journals. And it gives me ideas for how this stuff works and what I can do in future journals and, you know. I do like the fact that the file folder that this is sandwiched between allows for you to have a smooth cover. I feel like if you just glued paper on top of the cloth, you would be able to tell or see like a belt of cloth underneath the paper. So I like the fact that because of the way this is done, that is not a thing. Okay, so we're going to go right out to the edge and try and cover up those. Although you're going to end up seeing them on this anyway. Okay, let's cut right about here. I'm sure I'm off camera again. Okay. Maybe I'll turn it this way and try going down in this direction. It's got to come over for her to cover that up. Got a little bit of a fuss there, but that's okay. So, because part of the reason this is going down is to cover up this rough edge on this lace and make it look finished. So, you know, if it doesn't do that, then it's not serving part of its purpose. I mean, it's decorative, obviously, but... Let's turn it this way. Maybe cut it easier. Sorry, I'm off camera. I'm just trimming the end off of this ribbon. Okay. Move back up here. I just trimmed the end off of this to make it even with the corner, and now we'll glue it. Get the feeling I'm going to use a couple of glue sticks here today, guys. Okay, and that is what my thought was for this. Now, is it finished? I don't know. Might I add stickers or something to it when we get to decorating? I don't know. But right now, I really like the way that looks. And when you close the book, I love that. So, yeah, I really like the way that turned out. And then this will tie over that, but this is flexible, obviously, because it's fabric, so I don't even mind that. And I'll have to do that to the back. So now let's go through here. And what I've done is I've laid some... Every time I look at this, I go, you know, you put that napkin on upside down. It looks upside down to me. And maybe it's just because of this specific sunflower. Okay. Anyway. I had a thought to put some of this down the edge of this page. Just for fun. So I might go ahead and do that. I want to make sure I get the end of this really good, because once you cut this, it frays a lot. So I want to make sure that glue goes on the area that's getting glued down really well, so that once I get it stuck down, it doesn't fray. And I can trim the excess off the end, I hope. There we go. And then this will hold together once I get it on the page. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. Okay, and now we just do like we normally do. Go right down the pack. I gotta get another glue stick, guys. I'm just gonna get my... Is this the open bag? Yeah, this is the open bag. I'm just gonna get my glue sticks out so I can grab one every so often, because I get the feeling I'm gonna use quite a few. Alright, so have that sitting there, and let's move right along. All right, now this I'm going to do a thicker band. This is a heavier trim. So we're going to put a thicker line of glue down. So I'll move more slowly down the page. Line it up, right on the edge. I see, like I watch flip throughs of journals that are really, really elaborate and have all kinds of, I mean, I'm not up to the point where I make really, really elaborate journals yet, but I love the trimmed pages. Like some of the trims that they put on the pages of some of the journals that I see, and I'm like, that is so pretty. So I figured I could try some of that in this particular journal. Like I said, my pages aren't getting real elaborate yet, but I could start doing some of the things I see. And trying some of the techniques. So, which is kind of what I did. I don't want to put that down yet. Okay. Get that in there quick. I want a nice glob of glue right here at the end, because I want to be able to, again, I got to be able to cut off. And I want to make sure it doesn't fray too bad on the end that's staying in the book. The end that's coming off into the... outside world, so to speak. Well, there we go. See, and you can see here where it starts to fray and come apart. I mean, it's really neat trim, but it definitely falls apart once you cut it. And we're going to trim this little excess string off of the end of here. Okay, and that's another trim put on. And I'm actually going to use this in more than one. Like, there's another one of these napkin pages at the back that we're going to do this on. And then I have a pocket that I'm thinking about, or two pockets that I'm thinking about running some of this along. So we'll see. I don't have a lot of these trims, but I like these embroidered trims. We'll see if I want to use something different. Now my next, I do have another lace thing in here. This is the other pocket I wanted to do. I wanted to go right along there. What do you guys think? And then I figured stickers and stuff, some sort of decoration on the page would be good. Could also put it just down the middle here. I don't like that. When I was first going through, I looked at this and I really liked it. Now I'm kind of indecisive about it. Maybe this is a decorate the page and then see if I still want to put the trim on it. Or this might be a pocket where I put a different trim, because this is someplace where I wanted to put this trim. I think this would look really cute. Right along there, that's a pocket on this bag. So I think this would look really cute. So yeah, we're going to do the same thing we did before, where I put a glob of glue right here so that I can trim this. Oh, I'm getting hot glue all over my scissors, guys. Oh, yeah, that's not good. What's nice about this trim too is it's a nice heavy, thick trim. So like at the edge of a pocket, it'll do really well. I'm going to have to peel whatever this is off of here. Otherwise my scissors will, oh, that came off pretty good. Okay, now let's glue this across here and cut it off. And then maybe back to the, well, we'll do what we come to as we come to it. Because I think the next page gets a ruffle. Okay. So is everybody I bet everybody's working on like Easter journals and spring journals and all that kind of stuff. I'm figuring that as I'm stash building this year and trying to build ephemera up and all that sort of thing, I'm thinking that maybe by the end of this year, next year, I'll be able to do seasonal journals, because I'll get ahead of myself, I hope. To the point where a seasonal journal is something that's like actually feasible for me. Because I mean, the Halloween journal I got done and it was like November. There was no, oh no, I cut my pocket, guys. There was no way for me. Come on. See how it comes undone? The area that doesn't have glue comes all unraveled. I don't know if I should put like a thing of glue. Maybe I could get away with putting a little bit right on the end here. Just to make them stay together, maybe? Of course, I can't push it into itself because it's sticking to my fingers. Maybe I could do it like this. Okay. Well, that's the best we're going to get right now. Okay, so that was, I like that. It kind of finishes that off, and that's a little pocket there, and then a big pocket up here. I suppose I could put one up here, but I kind of don't want to do both ends. Why are you glued? You shouldn't be glued. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what that is. All right, now this is going to go along here. Oops, this way. To offset this paper, which I think will look really cute. And we're going to go... I will say this. I tried to make these ruffles so they would fit the pages, but they're just short. So, 'tis what it is, ladies and gents. So we're going to get started up here at this end right about here. And I'm basically going to put the seam down, the back seam. I'll trim the strings off after because I trimmed the strings off one time and it, like, I want to put the seam in the glue and then have the ruffle hang over the page. So you can just go straight down along this line. We should be good. It's going to come up short if I'm not careful because I'm not pulling. It is going to come up a little short. I did up that end and not down this end. And I've already glued that down so I can't make any major adjustments. Oh well, lesson learned. I'm just kind of rolling the seam down into the string of glue so that hopefully it's all the same. Now these were the ruffles. I had mentioned in one video, in one of my haul videos, that I had bought strips of fabric from, now this isn't one of those strips, but I mentioned that I had bought strips of fabric from Dollar Tree because I was looking to fold the fabric strips in half and make double-sided ruffles, because I feel like a lot of times when you make, there's like an unfinished side to fabric, right? That's fainter, or you can tell that it's, you can tell that your fabric is inside out or upside down. Like for example, this is this fabric. So it's bright yellow on that side, but when you turn it over, it's faint. It's not as bright. So what I wanted was, I wanted my ruffles, because when you flip the page, you can see the ruffle. I wanted the ruffles to be like this on both sides. I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do. That bottom of that page is going to bug me. I don't know what I'm going to do about it, but I don't know. Maybe something will come to me at some point. Or maybe not. Maybe it'll just end up staying like that. But, yeah. And I thought this fabric was okay peeking out this side with this here, and it was okay with this. Because trust me, I have a ton of ruffles up here, as you can see. I made a whole bunch to use as all kinds of things in this book. And I tested, and I looked, and I tested, and I looked. So let's see what else I was going to do. Okay, I wanted to put this one on this music page because I think it looks really cute opposite this card. So again, we're going to go, and it's, this was the one that I cut. I trimmed the strings, and I guess I trimmed it too close here, and it came untied. So we're going to bunch it up right up on the end up here. I'm going to kind of bunch it. Wait, let me make sure I've got the right. That should work, right? Okay, now do the same thing with this one. We'll go down a little bit. And then just kind of roll the seam into the glue. Make sure that it's all getting lined up right. And that didn't stick. Okay, hold on. There we go. Now it's stuck. Okay, let's do it again. Guys, I'm like, I had to go online actually. I was using my sewing machine and it kept jamming on me. And it would make this really horrible sound and I thought it was broken. I was going to cry. And I finally went online and looked, and everybody was having the same problem because for some reason, the tension is really loose on the spool. Like you thread the sewing machine and the tension going out from the spool through the rest of the machine is really loose. So the problem a lot of people are having with the sewing machine that I have is the thread comes off of that arm at the top that raises up and down with the knob as you sew. It was coming out of that arm and then it would jam because, you know, it would get down in there and it would get in the way and it would jam. Okay, and then there's that. I think this offsets over here really cute. And over here, actually. And then you can see the ruffles out the ends. Now, I'm not going to overdo it. I think I have one more ruffle to put in this. And yeah, I think I only got one more ruffle. Like I didn't just because I put a yellow ruffle here, I didn't turn over here and put a yellow ruffle here. Oh, you know, this pocket never got put in. Not really sure why, but... Okay, and this one I thought would look really cute on this grit dyed paper. So we're going to put this one on here. Oh, I didn't trim this. Oh, that one was the one I trimmed. Okay. Keep an eye on me, guys. I'm telling you. Extra threads. Okay. So let me see the back side of the ruffle gets glued down. So we're going to glue it this way. We're going to glue it this way. Okay, so we're going to start right up here at the top. A nice thick bead to get it started. I don't want to glue the threads down because I'm planning on cutting them off once I get the ruffle glued down. So anyway, seasonal journals. I've been watching. I know that, you know, people are doing spring journals and people are doing Easter journals. And it's all so cute. There's some really pretty journals being made out there, and that's why I like watching the flip throughs. When you guys are done, I love watching the flip throughs to see what you've done, because the journals always turn out so pretty. Okay. And have I told you guys how much I love Ruffles? I will say mass making them is, while it's not hard, it's very tedious. Just like taking strips of fabric. Well, it got tedious for me because my sewing machine kept jamming. It's probably not actually all that tedious when I'm doing it and my sewing machine works. But yeah, it was really tedious because it kept jamming on me. Okay, now that's going to be a little harder to write on, but it's still, you can still write on it. Okay, So I have the lace from the first spread that we did, and then these 3 ruffles. I don't want to overdo it. And it's getting puffy, guys. Okay, let's see where we are. All right, so the trim I wanted to glue down on the napkin page. Okay, so that's trim there. So we have these trimmed pages. We trimmed that one pocket, and we put in 3 ruffles, and we did the trim for the front cover. Now, I think I'm going to call that, since you got to see the front cover, this is exactly what I'm going to do to the back cover. Thanks for coming along with me, guys. We have done ruffles and trims, and now I think I'm ready to start adding embellishments to pages. So anyway, guys, I hope you like how these are coming along, and I hope that you'll join me in the embellishing video next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.